Your host, Big Hotta.
What is up, my G? Hotta back with another Eagle update.
Welcome to another thrilling episode of Diamond Crew Sports Podcast Radio Show, Episode 2. The ultimate destination for all things sports. I am your host, Hotta. Whether you're a diehard fan or a casual observer, get ready for a dynamic ride through the latest headlines that makes Diamond Crew your go-to source for everything sports. This is the Diamond Crew Sports Podcast, where passion meets the airwaves. What up, y'all? And welcome to another electrifying episode of the Diamond Crew Sports Podcast. I am thrilled to have you with us today. I want to get into the Eagles versus 49ers, NFC Championship, rematch, and some other news that's going on in the NFL. First up, man, let's talk about my guy, Desean Jackson, number 10, man. If you didn't know, man, Desean Jackson is retiring as an Eagle. Look, man, the Eagles drafted him in the second round. You know, he's been one of those guys who's been putting on a show for us for a long time. So many memorable plays, you know, especially the one against the Giants, I think in MetLife in 2010. You know, when we was down, it was like 31. We was getting the doors blown off of us. We came back and D-Jack, look, man, he took that joint to the crib, man. I mean, it was so many plays, you know, that I can think about where he just was one of those guys. And I'm like, man, this guy's special. This guy's special. But he wants to retire as a Philadelphia Eagle, you know, as he should. You know, he had a great, you know, start to his career with the Philadelphia Eagles. He left, he came back. Man, look, man, D-Jack is that guy, man. We love him here, man, and we happy that he want to retire as a Philadelphia Eagle. He will be an honorary captain during Sunday's game against the San Francisco 49ers. You know, like I said, man, we always love D-Jack, especially back, you know, before Chip Kelly effed all that up, you know, along with my dog Shady and Vic. Before he tore that up, that was a really good team that was put together. I really enjoy watching those guys play, you know, and I'm going to enjoy, you know, watching him be an honorary captain this week as we beat up on the 49ers, or I should say the 40-winers, you know, and he going to go out in style, as he should. Look, as we all know, man, Shaq Leonard was released from the Colts. He cleared waivers. Now he's looking for a new home. Shaq Leonard, he visited the Dallas Cowboys, I think earlier this week. He left up out of there. And then he met with the Eagles today. It was a picture of him walking with Big Dom. So, you know, he was smiling and looked like he was happy. But he did have his meeting with the Philadelphia Eagles, and we were not able to get a deal done with him, you know, and I would love to have a guy like Shaq Leonard on the team, you know, especially with, you know, Cunningham having a groin injury and not being available for this game, and probably maybe even more, maybe a few more games. So Shaq Leonard would just, you know, make all the sense in the world, you know, with Dean already being out, you know, we've been, I feel like, Cunningham and Morrow they've been doing a good job, but Cunningham has been the most solid linebacker, and that's a fact. But at the same time, with him not being there, we're gonna need somebody to try to give us a little bit of that production, you know, in his absence. And Shaq Leonard had a meeting with Howie. I was just hoping and praying that, you know, Howie could have got a deal done with him, you know, so we could have knew what was up. But, you know, he already made it known that he was going to make his decision. He was going to take the weekend, figure it all out, and then he was going to come out with his decision. But, you know, that does bring up, you know, like a minor, you know, little tweak or a little kink in the chain, because the two teams that he just visited are teams that play each other the next week. So that's going to be a story in itself. That's going to be something that we're going to keep you updated with. But for now, Shaq Leonard is still a free agent, still looking for a home. And the two teams that's close to getting the deal done with him is the Dallas Cowgirls and the Philadelphia Eagles. Look, man, I want to talk about my guy, DG, Dallas Geodert, the tight end for the Philadelphia Eagles, man. He was hurt in the Dallas game. He broke his forearm because he was put in an arm bar. But at the same time, he did get surgery. He has been out. He skipped IR, and he is trending in the right direction. Will he be available for Sunday against San Francisco? I'm not sure yet. He did not participate in practice, but we will get into the injury report later in the show. But Dallas Geodert is trending in the right direction. If he's not available for this game, which I don't expect he will, he may be ready. He may be back for that Dallas game, and that will be amazing. Deboo Samuels, man, he said our cornerback, James Bradberry, is trash. That's basically his exact words. He said Bradberry is trash. And this is what Bradberry said, about those remarks from Deboo Samuels.
I just approach one day at a time. Of course, I don't really necessarily like what he said. Wish he'd have used a better word, to describe my play. But it is what it is. At the end of the day, all I can do is control my work ethic, what I do day to day.
James, why do you think he said that? What was the motivation, obviously, for James to say that?
You would have to ask him. From the clips that I saw, of course, they felt like they had a good game plan against us. They felt like they had some open routes against us. I don't know. I guess you got to ask him.
Bradberry is a guy, he's just a solid guy. I'm not on the field and off the field. That's what I mean. He's a solid guy. He's not going to be the guy that's going to talk trash back with you. He's basically going to show it on the field or he's not. That's basically what it is. He's going to have a good game or he's not. But Bradberry is a guy, to pick on Bradberry, it seems like that seems a bit egregious. That just seems ridiculous, man. Because if you want to talk crazy to somebody who's going to say something back, But attacking James Bradberry is kind of pointless to me. But I am hoping that Bradberry is able to, get about 4 or 5 picks this week. I'm just playing. Maybe he get. If he get 4 or 5, I'll be happy as well. But if he can get around, 1 or 2 picks, play well, that would be enough revenge for him, because that's the type of person that James Bradberry is, man. Hopefully he have a good Sunday. We need him to have a good Sunday. It's crucial that he has a great day.
Are you an adrenaline junkie? Have you ever wanted to throw an axe, try your hand at archery, or just smash a bunch of stuff to smithereens? Then come embrace the rush at Endorphin Factory, the #1 demolition room in Texas. Family owned and action packed. Our factory is your playground. Blow off steam in our state-of-the-art demolition rooms. Hit bullseyes on our interactive archery targets, or just grab an axe and start throwing. Whatever creative outlet you choose, you're sure to have a smashing good time. Come release your stress and book your next rage room experience at Endorphin Factory for the thrill of a lifetime.
Let's get into the injury report for the Philadelphia Eagles as of Wednesday. It was 5 players listed under did not participate, one being Dallas Geodert, and the rest of the guys are Fletcher Cox, Zach Cunningham, Justin Evans, and Grant Calcaterra. According to reports, Geodert is pushing to play against the 49ers, as I said, but he did not practice on Wednesday, which means to me that he probably will not be available for this game. Cox not participating, it's a chance that he might not be available and ready to play, which is a huge loss for us because we rely on Cox heavy. Cunningham is also reported. He's expected to miss week 13. Like I said, he could possibly be longer. That's why Shaq Leonard is definitely an option. I'm really not sure who we going to see, who's going to get that production. Is it going to be Christian Ellis? I just don't know. It's just up in the air right now. It's a scary sight to not have Cunningham because he's been the most solid linebacker. We can trust Morrow. We've seen flashes from Christian Ellis. I think he's a good linebacker, but is he ready to go against a team of this magnitude? That's yet to find out, and I'm hoping that this could be the best game, his breakout game, if he is the guy that comes in and fills the role of Cunningham. 7 players were listed under the limited participation, and those guys are Lane Johnson, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, DeAndre Swift, Jordan Davis, Milton Williams, and Julio Jones. And to be honest, I'm not really worried about the guys on this list because most of the time on Wednesdays, these guys who've been performing and playing every week, they kind of give them a break and they keep them limited so we can be fresh for the game. But a big name on this list is Lane Johnson, a guy who we did not have last week in the Buffalo game, and we definitely felt that. Your Philadelphia Eagles are underdogs at home with the best record in the league. That is extremely disappointing. Everybody hates the Philadelphia Eagles. I mean, that's just how I feel. I'm going to just keep it a stack. I just feel like we never get the credit that we deserve. The Eagles, they 10-1, but they the worst 10-1 team that I ever seen. They shouldn't be winning. The referees is this. The referees is that. Like, bruh, I'm so sick of hearing that it's sickening. It's sickening that y'all sitting here and have the guts to sit here and blame the refs for the Philadelphia Eagle wins when last week they had more penalties on them. You know what I'm saying? What are we talking about here? Like, what are we talking about? Sometimes it's holding or it's a penalty on every play. And for you to sit here and complain about when they call it or when they don't call it is ridiculous. I just don't understand that, man. But when it comes down to, okay, if Josh Allen would have threw to the receiver and the receiver made the correct adjustment to catch the ball, maybe they could have won. Or maybe if Valdez-Scantling would have caught the ball, then we could blame that on him. But it's always been the refs. So the Eagles have been winning all these tough games because we know how to win. That's our identity. And I don't know how many times I got to say that. But us being the underdogs really trips me out. I feel like, we proved that we can win in this league. We proved that we can beat the competition that y'all thought we couldn't beat. So what are we talking about? Make it make sense, man. Make it make sense. Let's talk about the passer rating when tied or trailing in the second half for the 2023 season for these two up-and-coming quarterbacks of Jalen Hurts and Brock Purdy. All right, so Jalen is 136.6. He is number 1 in the NFL, the best when tied or trailing in the second half. My guy has figured out how to respond, and he's mastering it. He's putting on a master class on how to respond. Brock Purdy, in a little bit of adversity, he's looking at about 60.8, 32nd in the NFL, the worst. So that means in a little bit of adversity, Brock Purdy fumbles the bag or he doesn't get it done. He has not been a clutch quarterback this season. He is a good quarterback. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that. One of the best in the league, man. I'm giving Brock Purdy all the credit, especially where he's been drafted. He's a really good player. He belongs in this league. He's one of the top quarterbacks in the league. But when it comes to clutch situations, Jalen is number 1. So I'm expecting Jalen Hurts to do what he normally does, win. Even at the time of adversity, Jalen Hurts still prevails. And I'm expecting the same thing, and these stats are the proof. All right, man, I want to talk about my dog. I mean, I've been an advocate for this guy as soon as we brought him in here because I thought it was one of the best moves of the offseason, if not the best. I want to talk about DeAndre Swift, man. It's like it's so many reports and so many videos and so many analysts, really just making it known on why the Eagles struggle early on and where our struggles lie. The struggles lie because we cannot get a good run game going consistently. We can, but we just don't do it early in the game. We always wait to the second half to get DeAndre Swift going. DeAndre Swift needs to get going ASAP, instantly. I don't want to see DeAndre Swift doing a bunch of motion. I mean, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with all that stuff, showing the defense different things, but I need DeAndre Swift to get the ball as a running back and run it traditionally. Scheme up plays where you pulling with Kelsey. That seems like a dynamic that's really, really hard to stop this year. Anybody behind Kelsey is really, really going to be hard to stop because Kelsey is a dog. Kelsey is a dog. I love Kelsey, but those type of things are the things that's working. And when you see that, you got to keep rocking with it, man. You got to keep rocking with it, BJ. Because, look, the pass is going to open up. We have a dynamic quarterback. We have one of the best receiving cores in the league. That stuff is going to open up. But we have to get the run game going ASAP and feed off of that. I've been an advocate for this. I've been pulling my hair out because I just don't feel like we use DeAndre Swift enough. I feel like he can be a guy that can have over 1,000 yards. I feel like since he's ranked at third right now in the league, McCaffrey won, I think Mostert second, Swift being the third, I really feel like we need to feed the beast, DeAndre Swift. We need to start to run the ball with DeAndre Swift campaign. He needs to get 20 carries at the least. I think last week he had about 14 carries. He needs to get about 6 more carries at the least. At the least. Those times when we're making those bad calls early in the game, those could be times when we feeding the ball to DeAndre Swift. We scheming up ways to get DeAndre Swift behind this great offensive line. The San Francisco 49ers, boasting an impressive 8-3 record, are heading back to Lincoln Financial Field to face the Philadelphia Eagles, who currently stand at 10-1. This matchup could serve as a preview for a potential playoff clash. The 49ers are in top form with a 3-game winning streak, including a Thanksgiving triumph over the Seattle Seahawks. Christian McCaffrey, CMC, continues to find the end zone, and the defense has been formidable. On the other side, the Eagles are coming off a thrilling overtime victory over the Buffalo Bills, showcasing resiliency after a challenging first half. With the best record in the NFL, Philadelphia aims for another statement win against the San Francisco 49ers. My score prediction for the Philadelphia Eagles versus the San Francisco 49ers, 24-21. The Eagles will win off Jake the Make's foot. He was voted Eagles Player of the Week, a guy, in my opinion, that he does not get enough credit. Shout out to Jake Elliott, one of the best kickers in the league. We owe you so much as a fan. We owe you so much as a franchise. Thank you. We appreciate you, my guy. All right, man. In other news in the NFL, Aaron Rodgers' 21-day practice window has opened up. The Jets QB has returned to practice today in a limited capacity, according to the head coach, Robert Saleh. This team is looking like they have maybe like a 1% chance in making the playoffs. They currently sit at about 4-7, 4 wins and 7 losses. And I'm not sure, if they will be going to the playoffs or look, they're not. Let's just keep it a stack. They're not going to the playoffs, but Aaron Rodgers is looking to return around Christmas Eve versus the Commanders. And it'll be good just to, on Christmas Eve, see A-Rod back, slinging it again, pause. back on the field, back on the gridiron, doing what he loved to do. I mean, some goodness will come out of that offense, because that other quarterback just ain't it. But we ain't gonna worry about that. We ain't gonna worry about that because they did beat us. They did beat us. They are the team that gave us this L. You know what I'm saying? So, I got to put a tiny bit of respect on their name. But, seeing A-Rod back out there is definitely going to be fun. Quarterback Joe Flacco is number 2 on the team's depth chart. And we all know who Joe Flacco is, right? We Philadelphia Eagle fans. We know who Joe Flacco is. He is number 2 on the depth chart with the Browns. Rookie quarterback Dorian Thompson-Robinson is in concussion protocol. So there is a chance that we might have a Joe Flacco sighting. And I'm cool with that. Man. I love to watch Joe Flacco play, man. He's always been, look, man, Joe Flacco is one of those guys, man. I got a tons of respect for Joe Flacco. He was a really good quarterback in this league. He's done everything that he needed to do in this league. He's always been a solid guy. And he's from Jersey. He loved Philly. My guy, man. So if we do get to see a Joe Flacco sighting this weekend, I will be cool with that. I would love to see him spin it. I'm gonna be honest. But Cleveland is 7-4 right now, man. And they play the Rams on Sunday at 3:25. So that is a game that Cleveland is looking to win. And if Joe Flacco can come out here and get a win at 7-4, if DTR is not available to play, which I think that they may be able to get him ready. Maybe there is a chance, but if not, then Joe Flacco will be looking to take this team to 8-4, and that's gonna be cold as ice. Look, man, real quick, man, I want to give a shout out to Miss Pebbles and everybody who support me. Everybody who support the show, everybody who's listening and commenting and, doing all that type of stuff, that's really growing the channel. It's really the engagement is keeping us rocking. And, we love it. We always looking for guests for our shows. So if you're interested, leave a comment down below. Hit me wherever you can. You can email me at info@diamond/sound/production.com. You can just hit me up there, man. If you want to be on the show, hit me up and we're going to make something shake. If you like this show, man, and you felt like this helped you out, please do the channel a favor. Please do the show a favor and like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Share this. So, it may be somebody out there who's looking for content like this, and we would love to have them on this platform, sharing their knowledge, letting us know how we can improve. If you want to support the show, please hit the Cash App at Hotta86. I'm not saying you have to give us anything. I'm just saying anything we get is much appreciated. And just a simple like, that's free. A simple share, that's free. All that free stuff, please do that because we're trying to grow the show. We're trying to grow the channel. We're trying to get the new heights like Jason and Trav. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to take this show up. So, man, please, man, do what you got to do to help support, man. Everything is much appreciated. But for now, Hotta out.